Hi friends. So I'm here today to do a different kind of read for you. And again, this is going to be pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. If you can please choose if you haven't done so already. What I'm going to do is move these guys off to the side and they will wait their turn, okay? We're going to start with pile 1. Now, this is for anyone who is involved in a twin flame situation. And, I think we all have a little bit different definitions, but to me, this basically means anyone who has met a powerful person in their life that really impacted them. Likely you are in separation right now. This relationship has probably caused you a lot of pain. It seemed like there's probably a lot of mirroring going on. Okay, anything like that. And the point of this is to find out what happened and why are they not communicating. So this is not for anyone who is currently partnered or who is coupled right now. All right, let's see if we can get the camera angle to do what it needs to do. All right, and it's going to be, again, a slightly different kind of read. This is the Twin Flame edition. Well, first I want to show you actually little treasure underneath. This is carnelian. Okay, so I hope that the camera translates it well. It doesn't appear to do a great job of it. Regardless, anyways, carnelian is a very stabilizing stone. It helps you with your vitality, your motivation. It's very grounding for me. It's very peaceful because I tend to be very airy. So this dispels a lot of apathy, which is really what caught my eye. And for you, during this reading, it means that this is going to help you and or your significant other not be apathetic. And how? Well, you're going to be the one to focus on you. That's all you can do, right? But I feel like the separation thing has a lot to do, if you're not in communication, with the fact that he or she, your other person, is feeling some apathy, not making any movement, unmotivated, and hitting that kind of a blockage. So I feel like because we tend to mirror each other, this is similar to energy that you've experienced recently and perhaps even currently that you're trying to work through. So it doesn't mean that you're not the one trying to move forward with this. It means that some way, somehow, this is also a blockage that you're experiencing. So it's a mutual blockage, I guess, is what my point is. Okay, so we're going to leave these guys here. Carnelian would be an excellent stone for you, a crystal for you to work with if you feel led. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and flip the cards as I pulled them. All right. Well, not a surprise there. I'm going to bring this up so you can really see it closer. Gorgeous images. This says, you really got a hold on me. And let me tell you, I'm kind of like flying high right now. I feel kind of almost out of my body. So I'm actually going to grab the carnelian and allow it to ground me because it's too much air or heatiness for me here. But when they think of you, I feel like they get a rush. They do get a high. They feel like you have a grip on them mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And look, I feel like there's an element of slavery here. Like this person can't break the connection. Even, and I know the question is, but then why don't they do anything? Why don't they say anything? Because I've asked the same thing myself, right? But here's the thing is, life happens. I don't have answers for that, but we're going to dig and find out why. Okay. But this person is completely all consumed by you. I will tell you that. They don't want to let you go, even if you haven't heard from them in many, many years. Okay. And we'll find out why. Tons of energy. I feel like the feeling is mutual. A lot of these feelings, a lot of these cards are going to be just mutual. I fear you won't accept me for who I am. Let's look at this card right here. So obviously this is a Vampire Edition deck, Twin Flame. I should have said that in the beginning. Um, but basically, this is something like above the norm, right? And that is why it is your twin flame. They also feel it. They have tried to deny it. They want something a little bit more that they can explain. I think that there's fear involved here. And also, their emotions are too much. Like it gets the best of them, is what I'm feeling. Okay. Nine of Wands, what I tell you. So this person feels a defensiveness, a need to protect themselves, a need for, they feel out of control is what it is. And I think it makes them run from this connection. It makes them seek something else that is just more stable, that they can understand, that they can control. This person might have issues with stability, with fear, with wanting to control things, because that puts us in a fight or flight situation where we just want to control everything around us. And when they're around you, and your connection just frightens them and puts them out of control. And so they feel like their distance and their attempts to control their lives is going to be something that's going to help them feel grounded and feel in control once again. They don't like being vulnerable. You know, the bottom line is, when it comes down to a connection like this and the fears that we're talking about, especially with the carnelian crystal, this is about vulnerability. And it's almost like this lady's like, you know, she doesn't seem to be too fearful. Like she's not freaking out. She's not pulling, like pushing with her other hand. She's just there kind of like, I trust you to take a bite out of me, you know, but there is a lot of fear there. I think that this person has been through a lot mentally. They could have some mental health issues. This is not to be insulting, but just a fact. Obviously it's not apply to everybody. Okay. Mental health can be like depression. It could be anxiety. It could be whatever, bipolar or anything else. But the fact of the matter is that they are in their mind a lot. They've taken their bumps and lumps, and that's another reason why they have pushed you away. It's because it makes them feel that lack of control. And I feel like they can't really express themselves either very well with you. Not that it's, you know, like you're scary or you're not welcoming or anything like that, but the fact of the matter is, my throat chakra is kind of like emotional and out of control, and it's hard to even express what I'm thinking and feeling. They feel like they have to police that activity. They have to police their emotions, okay? This can stem from childhood trauma, by the way. Eight of Cups, yeah. So this person, your twin flame, felt like they had to walk away. They had no choice. Or you felt like you had to walk away. You had no choice. Now, if you look, there's this edifice, this building right here, and I sort of picture it with water, just like filled with water. You see the great turbulence up here. It's almost like a shark or a dragon with its mouth open, and the lightning striking here, and it's a storm coming directly at you or them. And this is a situation where Eight of Cups, you guys have put a lot of time, money, energy, effort, but most of all, emotion. There's been a ton of emotion measured out in 8 cups, and making sure that all cups are balanced, are perfect, they look polished, they look beautiful. A lot of effort and time went into this. And you're saying, well, why the heck would they leave? Why would they just not contact me if this was so meaningful to them? I agree, okay? But I also know that I've made irrational decisions out of fear, which is a carnelian addressing, once again, your root chakra. And for example, I refused to call or answer someone that I had a really heavy interest in because I felt out of control and freaked out, and I thought I was going to get burned. So anyways, enough about me. This connection right here, this is you or someone walking away. They're fully clothed, even looking glamorous. They're well equipped. This was kind of a planned exit. This wasn't like, it could have been a surprise to you, or if you left, a surprise to them. But the person leaving was not surprised at all. It was very well planned, methodical. The other person was left dragging pieces of themselves. They felt dead. They felt despondent. They felt despair. They felt like they wanted to take a taxi straight to you. They didn't care. Like, if this is you, you just felt like you would walk through mud on your hands and not care what storm ate you up. It could have been that you suffered so badly that you didn't eat for days or months. You didn't take care of yourself. You plummeted quickly into a feeling of like, almost like I'm getting a catatonic state. I don't feel, yeah, it's almost like I don't feel human anymore. I don't feel alive. Somebody took my heart and my veins with them. That's a feeling that I get. Now, this person that's leaving, I feel like it's just kind of stealthy, just to be honest. So they could have like disappeared suddenly and ghosted you. But they are looking back, and there is sadness there. There's attachment. There's wondering, like, look at the wreckage I left behind. I narrowly escaped being engulfed by this twin flame situation myself, but I'm still attracted to it. I feel like they do look at you periodically. There's some spying going on. Don't kid yourself, okay? If you're watching this video, you're not the only one that is interested in this connection, even though they're not moving on it, okay? They basically just became, I hate to say it, a coward and ran for the hills. They weren't ready. They need to do a lot of work on their root chakra, on what makes them stable, working on this fear. And just also the apathy, kind of like, well, nothing good can happen, or I can't control this, or anything like that. They have to work through all of that, because look at all of this emotion. It's water representing all the emotion there. And there's just a lot of broken shrapnel behind you guys. So I am so sorry for that. Yeah, there's a lot of skeletons. I feel like in some ways they hid you in the dark. They weren't open about things. Perhaps they had another life and they were escaping. And look at how here, okay, this really tells me I'm right on the money for some of you, okay? So this little scarf thing right here is red, and of course this thing is red too. Now that does represent the root chakra, which is, you know, a second ago represented by the carnelian that I had shown you. And yeah, and the one that I stuck in my pocket because I felt a little bit lightheaded. And yes, my windows are open and all the incense has actually gone out. So I know it's that. I was just feeling heaty and ungrounded for a minute there. So now that I'm feeling better, let's get these here. You guys, this is like a crazy connection. Like, anyways, let's move on. But they saw a storm coming, and that's why they decided to take off, okay? So they have a lot of work to do, a lot of healing to do with the root chakra, and that was my main point, okay? Is working on the root chakra is going to be really important for both of you, all right? If you guys, I hear birds like chirping outside. If you guys are on Twitter or anything else like that, specifically those of you that do Twitter, don't be surprised if you have this person lurking somewhere on your social media, okay? I feel like they want to interact with you, but anonymously. They don't want you to know who they are, because they are also stuck in a loop of kind of like obsessing over your connection. You are not the only one that feels this way, even though they chose to walk out, okay? Here's Doreen Virtues. So it says, express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Now, I know obviously most of you guys are not in connection. I probably haven't spoken to this person in a long time. I'm getting, she has a lot of blue right here. This is the throat chakra. Oh, sorry, rewinding. Once they get grounded, once they are able to address their fears in a way that's therapeutic and helpful and grounding, and that they understand themselves and abolish all of the garbage that keeps them ungrounded and out of control, then they're going to start speaking, because that red is in her throat chakra. Okay, so I have the reverse here. Okay, a little bit like an echo. She's wearing blue, reference to the throat chakra. It's like a desire. I want to speak. I want to speak my truth. I have a lot to say. And this guy is saying, I need to get grounded. I need security. I need to be balanced before I can do that, okay? And that's even what crowns him. It's all about his security and balance. And this here, express your love. I'm not saying pick up the phone or text him and do stuff like that, because you know what? With these twin flame situations, when you're chasing, they're running, and when you know, and vice versa. So when you're running, they're chasing and whatever. But it's going to probably be best, I'm thinking, energetically to express your love. And I know that's going to be kind of an odd concept for some of you, but I do believe in prayer and sending out good vibes and sending out messages and even talking to their spirit guides. I've done this personally and just expressing, you know what, this is an example. Calling their guides, their angels, or whomever, and just tell them, you know what, I love you, I adore you, and this is how I feel. And I mean, I would kind of use that as a therapeutic session for myself to be able to express everything that you want to tell this person and just how much that you love him, how much that you miss them, if that is what is needed. And you can actually journal that, you can write that out and make it disappear if you don't want anyone invading your privacy, however that looks. But express your love, it can be in the spirit realm, not necessarily in the 3D where you pick up the phone or start texting or whatever. And make that gesture reaching out energetically if you feel led, okay? The solar plexus is also reflected here. And this tells me that both of you guys are kind of enveloped in finding out exactly who you are and standing strong as individuals. So I really do like that. Next, we have free yourself. So you have been trapped by this connection, this twin flame thing, maybe some obsessive thoughts. I can't let go. I can't let go. I'm a unicorn. What is wrong that this person doesn't want me? Why don't they come forth? And if it's so all consuming for both of us, if they really feel the same way, why am I trapped in this little itty bitty fence? I'm a freaking unicorn and cannot be confined in that way. I feel like that's what you're saying, okay? You're like, why should I be confined when I'm a freaking unicorn? Anybody would want me, and this is true. Now, part of that is free yourself. It says it's time to take back control of your life. Now, you know, we could wish and long for all we want, and chances are we've been waiting for this person and having a lot of drama back and forth, because twin flames to me is a lot of drama, pardon me. And so with this drama, it's going to be okay. Like this unicorn can straight just step out of that little fencing. They can leap over, they can walk over, they can kick it over, I feel. You don't have to kind of fence yourself in. It is time to take control of your life. And I feel like part of that is going to be to look up things that have to do with the root chakra, if you don't know already, to really use a little meditation to ground yourself, connect with Mother Earth, allow any energies to kind of flow through you into Mother Earth so that you are feeling connected and balanced and free. And once that happens, I feel like you'll be able to move forward and live your life and open up to different possibilities. It may not be what you want, but I feel like energetically, not to be manipulative, but this might be like a cord that tugs them back, because once you start going, okay, well, this connection, they feel energetically that separation, that you are moving on energetically, and within like 2 or 3 days they pull that cord back. It's almost like a cord tied between the two of you, and they're going to yank back and the chase is on. This is how I'm thinking. I don't say it's like the healthiest, or I just feel like you need to work on yourself and they need to work on themselves. That's my answer for everything, but let's move it on. The time is near communication, union, or separation. So I feel like most of you guys are in that separation already. You potentially might be communicating and not knowing, because I still hear those birds. I'm like, and everything to me is really a sign. So I think that this blade right here, it's almost like you want to chop off. I want to kill the messenger. I'm done with those messages. I want to hear whatever. And this may be, I'd like to get a clarifier before we wrap up your reading. So what is going on with pile number 1? Please, what does this, the time is near, mean as far as their twin flame connection? That's what I want to know. Okay, there's a lot of barriers up. So there's some defensiveness. And of course, there's been a lot of hurt, a lot of pain, a lot of crappy behavior. And it's going to put one on the defensive. But keep in mind, this is your twin flame, essentially like a mirror. They're defensive. They know they have behaved badly. They know they don't deserve X, Y, Z. And they're going to be defensive. And when the time comes that they communicate, it's going to be that like two boxers in a ring. Okay, you want each other, you want to come close to each other, you know there has to be contact in order to get a resolution, in order to make things work or whatever. And but it's still two boxers, and at any one point in time, if anyone kind of approaches, it could be the other one flinches or takes a jab at the other. Okay, so yeah, you want clarity. You want clarity on this situation. They want clarity on themselves. I feel like they're more working on themselves. And I think that you have a higher perspective of things. Okay. You just really do. But there is still clarity. You want some answers. And it's going to take work. It's going to take work. I'm getting also a message from here to 8 months. You're going to gain a lot more clarity, if not communication itself. Okay. So I can't promise communication for every one of you, but this twin flame, I feel like in some way, shape, or form is going to reach out and let you know, I don't know, like what is going on. Yeah, because I have that confirmed with a temperance card. This is an angel. I want to put in the work and the balance of cooperation. So with that, I hope that that makes sense to you. Pile number 1. Okay, let's get these out of the way. And moving on. We're going to do pile number 2. And let's get this out of the way. So pile number 2. This is catching glare now, so I'm going to move it and maybe get in there tighter. Maybe not. Okay. So pile number 2, what do we have going on for you? Sorry, I know that makes, okay, I'm not trying to move anymore because of the microphone. So pile number 2, what we have for you is a unakite. Unakite stone. I hope that this translates well on camera. Let's see. It's incredibly beautiful. It's very earthy, as you can see. We have a lot of green for the heart chakra represented. We have a lot of like orange, reddish, and pinks. Also for the root chakra. It's a great stone, I feel, to work with. And immediately I feel a sense of calm about it, like there isn't that frantic energy that I was feeling a minute ago. There's like an air of acceptance in some ways. Let's see where this goes. First thing out I have is one taste is all it took. I feel like your twin flame got addicted to you really fast. It was really quick, an instant connection. They wanted more. The more that you gave, they wanted more. It was almost like they were insatiable, okay? I feel like there is maybe some addictive behavior. Oh my gosh, I forgot to go over. So sorry about this. Unakite. So addictive behavior. There is some addictive behavior and tendencies. With this stone, it encourages visionary abilities. So anybody who's wanting to become psychic, who feels that connection of spirit and has a curiosity about it, this is a great stone to work with. It is very healing. It is very restorative. It can help you sleep as well if you have problems with insomnia. It also gives you optimism. It helps restore your spiritual growth, restore your energies, and release energies that are addictive, which is why I remembered I forgot to tell you what the proprieties were for this, okay? So this is not a medical reading. Any medical issues that you have, you address that to a professional doctor, okay? But these are the attributes to this. I think it's really interesting to find that it helps you with those addictive energies. And I do feel like you had an addiction and or vice versa. You can't let go of one another. Okay, twin flame. I am always watching you. Well, that's a little bit disturbing. But just think right now with social media, it's easy to make fake accounts. It's easy to even have a friend. I'm friends with a lot of my exes because I'm like, you know what? If you could love someone, then why not remain friends? Even if things didn't work out for you. I'm getting a sharp pain on the left side of my head. This could be that maybe you're having headaches or migraines, or this is causing you a headache, like you're trying to figure things out in your mind at different times. I feel like for the most part, you've made some peace with it, but when you get in your head, it could really disturb you as well and create like an addictive pattern to where then you've got to recenter and reground yourself. All right. And what else do we have? What did I tell you? Page of Swords. You can't make this up. Okay. Page of Swords. This is about spying. This could be about little spiteful, mean words too. But this person has a little ghost and they're there like wanting to protect themselves. But they want to see what's going on. They want to know the nitty gritty. They don't necessarily want to be seen. So once again, they could be spying on you. I feel like this person acts even like younger, almost. Perhaps they had an addictive background where their parents had struggled with addiction and it got passed on to them, unfortunately. And so I feel like this behavior is mimicked through what they saw when they were a child. They always had to be watchful. Maybe their parents were always like fighting, or there's a sense of the just like not secure. Okay. And this addictive behavior comes about because it's like that's what makes them feel good. They just don't know what it's like to feel good. This person does need to evolve. They need to grow. They need to transform and transmute this energy so that they can actually move forward in their life. Right now, they are stuck in addictive behavior and obsessive behavior, but not moving forward. See, that person is not coming out and saying, hey, what do you want? What are you doing in my house? They are just lurking. They're checking things out. They're assessing the situation. They're really in their head. This person can also draw or paint, or you can. And there might be a little bit of, I want to say pokey back and forth, a little bit like looking at each other's pages on social media or asking people that know each other if that is a thing. But I definitely believe transformation. I feel like you have really grown in this relationship. It's like a catalyst. So the twin flame connection to me is always a catalyst, something that really launches you into a deeper sense of like who you truly are, burning off the stuff, very painfully so sometimes, burning everything that doesn't become you, that isn't you and isn't for you. So that is you growing, and this person still needs to undergo that. Ace of Cups. I love this card. And by the way, all of the decks that I used today are referenced in the little box, the description box, okay? So this has to do with so much. Look, it is a brain thing, okay? With the love and the sadness and the hate and feeling satisfied and feeling envious and fear and anguish. And it's almost like this person has an addiction to running away from those emotions, okay? And not necessarily running away from all of them. They're addicted to like maybe just one or two, that satisfaction, that love, what makes them feel good, and running and retreat away from fear. And that's why the addictive behavior, they could also be, user, just using substances or having a pattern to where they use people and discard them because they don't know how to evolve and grow out of that pattern. So you could have been like shrapnel from that, but they do have and feel a deep connection. The Ace of Cups is also offers of love, of I really get you, of I'm in tune with you, we are one. When you exhale, I inhale. I really feel you. When you met this person, it could have been that you guys were emotionally so in sync that it blew your mind. And that's why you felt like this is my forever person, instant attraction. and almost like instant addiction, like a puzzle piece just went click. This is my person. Okay. Um, there's a lot of mental energy going on here, even though this is an emotional card. The Ace of Cups, I feel like you are the one to like break down and analyze everything. That's what's helped you, is using logic with your emotion to get balanced. Again, I'm referencing Unakite stone might be able to help if you carry it, but I feel like you guys are working on the same issues in different ways, okay? And that's why they haven't contacted you or come forward. They just don't know how to handle their own lives at this moment, much less a force like you, just to be honest, okay? Yikes, release your ex. And so it is time. The time has come to clear your energy. And so, you know what? And I don't think that, personally, I feel like releasing your ex is releasing all of that energy, all of the expectation, all of the pain, all of the despair of I've been waiting forever. This angel looks like I'm exhausted waiting. I've been sitting on this ledge. Where is my lover, my significant other? But if you notice, they're almost on a rigid chair, okay? This throne is concrete, can't be very comfortable. You've been uncomfortable waiting for the return of your friend, your lover, your significant other, your twin flame, your mirror, and your magnet. And this person has made no move, and you despair. There's a lot of clouds back here. It's like I can't get clarity on it. A lot of blue. You want communication. You want what happened? What is going on? Why, if you feel the same, why can't we move forward? I don't understand it. You want to elevate the situation and ascend it with your wings, I feel. This right here, she is wearing red. I feel like you are actually very grounded in a lot of ways, even though the twin flame connection appears to struggle with similar things. I just feel like we handle it different ways, of course. I'm going to shut this window because it's hot. I don't know where you guys are in the world, but I'm in Arizona, and oh my goodness, I don't think it's even 11 o'clock yet, and it's scorching hot still. So, yeah, but it's not been comfortable for you. You want out of this discomfort. You want to feel good again, right? And I think that energetically, if you do any sort of energy work, know that your emotions get trapped also in your body, in your cells. So it's a great time, if you don't already, to go ahead and explore things like chakra, like energy work. Yoga would be really helpful. The word I'm hearing is actually auspicious. I didn't want to say it because I thought, who talks like that? Well, that's what I heard, okay? Release your ex. I feel like you could have some written communication by this person that really causes you pain, that you read it over and over, that you saved it, that's your own connection, tangible 3D connection with them, and it causes you a lot of pain and despair, perhaps even headaches. I do feel with the trees in the background that you're wanting some growth. I feel like they're wanting some growth too. They're having a hard time similarly, but that is of their own doing. Your job is to clear all of your chakras so that you can actually allow the good to come in, the balance to come in, the peace to come in. If you do have communication and stuff like that, keep in mind everything is energy. Even the written word is energy. Things that are causing you pain, and I feel like I'm lecturing, and I know, like, this is me, okay? I tend to keep things, and I reminisce, and I look, and I agonize, and I don't let go easily. So in saying this to you, it's not because I've mastered it. It's because this is what my guides are telling me. It's time to release things that create you pain, old energies. If you have memorabilia, if you have, I don't know, paperwork, pictures are really hard to let go of. Anything, clothing, it could be like an old shirt that they left behind that you just kind of sometimes cuddle with it in secret, don't tell anybody. Things of that nature are really kind of difficult to release, and it's just hard. It's just overall hard, okay? So whatever it is that is going to help you move through things, you would need to meditate. And once you feel like at peace or whatever, then you can decide if those things are true for you. If you're ready to perhaps get rid of the memorabilia that you still have of them, it doesn't mean you're severing that connection. It means you're severing old connections that are painful, and you're making room for new connections. So I feel like in this way, energetically, you're preparing yourself, healing your own wounds, old wounds. Not that they're not accountable for the crap that they did in the past, right? But simply that you are making room, that you're sufficiently healed, that when and if the time comes that there is communication from that person, you're ready to be able to deal with it in a manner that you're not carrying a lot of baggage yourself, okay? That you can move forward, and yes, they're accountable for their own actions, and not that it's not going to be painful, and you don't have a right to be upset, angry, and hurt, obviously, but this will help you so much live in the now, function well in the 3D, heal your own heart in many ways, and take back your power. I feel like this connection also had a lot to do with tying you up with who you really are fundamentally. Okay, because I have the red here, the root chakra, your stability, everything kind of taken care of, the fight or flight or whatever, and your security. But it's tied around this, I want to say it's like yellow. It's kind of like yellow. And that would be the solar plexus, that your point of power. And so your power is from being rooted and grounded. But somehow this connection threw you off. And it was like a catalyst to find your own grounding, to find your own roots, to be able to be stable, without, regardless of what people do around you. These connections are designed to test you to your core, push you to your limit. I mean, frankly, when I say it's like a boxer in a ring coming at you, I really feel this way. Okay, energetically, it's like iron sharpening iron, literally. Okay. So that is what I'm getting here. The next card I have is let go of control issues. We all want what we want when we want it. Okay. Taking a look, and this lady is very much kind of like, I don't know if I trust you. She's very vocal. She's not making any secrets or any bones about how she really feels or what she really thinks. Now, the interesting part about this card is that there's an urn, I feel, and it's almost like translucent, almost like it's there, but it's not there. And it's right by her head, as if she's listening and thinking about it. So this could be memories that you're carrying with you, that, you know what, I'm very vocal, I'm protective, and I want things how I want this, or don't come near me, or whatever the case may be, which I don't blame you, not at all. What I'm saying is that I guess there has to be a way eventually to sufficiently heal, because you wouldn't feel the need to control all of this. You would, if we felt like we weren't so wounded, and we are really open and stuff like that, we wouldn't feel all this control. We just simply know that if these people come at us sideways, if they're shielding, like it seems like he's protecting his heart, his body's turned away from you. He or she, this is gender neutral. It doesn't make a difference to me. Sorry, my camera is shaking here. Let me try to. Then it seems to me like they're protecting their own heart, and she's not having it. She's like, you know what, come at me again. Maybe you have a child together, or you had a child, or maybe this child passed away that you had with this person. And maybe that's part of what you're carrying with you. And if that is the case, I am so very sorry. I can't even, there are no words for that. Maybe you raised this young person by yourself, and they just are MIA in the whole situation, but they're caring more about their own heart, and they're kind of protective of themselves, not wanting to show much that's gonna expose them or leave them vulnerable, and you're not having it. Okay. If that is not the scenario for you, then it could also be that you're just carrying those memories and that pain and the echo of what was. Now we have all these angels here present, really trying to heal the situation. Obviously, you're at different places in life, which is why you're watching this reading, or you feel like you wouldn't be. But it says, allow this situation to unfold naturally. I don't feel like you've been chasing. Look at the arrows here. These are like arrows for hunting, for aiming. There is no like bow and arrow, let me, aim at you and try to get you back. Like, I don't feel like energetically you're chasing that, but there's a lot of hurt that needs to be transmuted and transformed in order for you to live your best life, frankly, live your best life and be open energetically. If this person, feels like they can't open up their heart towards you just yet. And that's why they're not coming towards you. You have to make your own decisions, obviously, about how you feel about this connection. So the next we have is a tempting offer. So it could be that this person goes ahead and contacts you. And we're going to take a peek at that as well. This is only for some of you, of course. So that contact can be like, hey, let's meet up, let's talk, or I miss you, I haven't seen you. Kind of like light. I don't feel like they're going to be, hey, can we talk? Knowing that there's things that we have to resolve, things like that. I feel like it's just more shallow. Let's see what this is about. So for pile 2, what is this tempting offer, please? Do show me for pile 2. What is it that they are being tempted with? Check that out. Reunion. I feel like this is kind of like what most twin flame connections wish for. They want a reunion. And reunions are really fun initially, right? You get with somebody you haven't seen in a long time. You're excited they're there. You just could barely stand it. There might be some celebrating drinking involved, family reunion. I do know the global events right now, of course. So this is in as much as you can. I mean, you can have a reunion, but even on Zoom, let's say. I mean, there's a lot of creative energy. The juices are flowing. The drinks are flowing potentially. But if you notice, these are a lot of clouds. Now, they are moving. The clouds are moving. I do see blue skies. The stairs. It's like I've come to you for communication. That's what the stairs represent. I feel like you would do well to work with this, the Unikite, or I think it's called indigo stone. Anyways, any of the blue stones is going to really help you as well. But this right here, I feel like you want a higher elevation of communication. You definitely want to express what's in your mind and heart. But you want to be careful that this person wants the same thing, because not everybody's on the same page. They're wearing different colors. They're dressed for the same occasion, but they have different motives, right? So that's what I would be cautious about. You might be this person, the mover, the shaker, the candle maker, I have my own business, I have control over my life, I help my own growth, people admire me, people want me. What's there not to want? I feel like you have the great mystery in your lap. This is your familiar. This is you being connected even to spirit, right? But you know that you can have pretty much anybody that you want, anything that you want. Keep in with your power. Keep in alignment with your power, okay? Because I feel like it's just going to be one of those things that you have to keep being you and evolve and grow and not depend on anyone. I don't feel like your person is ready yet. Even if they have this reunion, at this point in time, I'm saying they just might sneak off again in the middle of the night and do the same crap. So that frankly makes me mad. That's why it's going to be good to stay within your power with this connection. This twin flame is just acting like a child. They don't have a lot to offer because they're not healed. Look, they're tied up. They feel like they can't do anything. And then karmically, it feels like you can't do anything about it, right? Because you are, again, mirroring each other. So I hope that helps explain a little bit about what is going on with your twin flame connection. If you could please like, share, comment, subscribe, I would really appreciate it. If you enjoy these types of readings, I would like to get deeper and find out exactly what they're currently thinking, if that's something you're interested in. Do let me know, because right now I'm just kind of doing whatever I'm interested in. But with that, I appreciate your time. Namaste. So now we're going to move on to pile number 3. I kind of don't want to drag this over here because I know on camera it's pretty loud with my sound. Let's see if we can not disturb the gem. So, if you've made it this far with me, or if you're only tuning in, let me get the glare off of my cards here. This is for pile number 3. I appreciate your time, energy, effort. I want to say, if you do enjoy my reading, please do give it a like, share, comment, subscribe. That would really mean a lot to me. It's going to give me leeway as far as like, oh, okay, they do like this content or they hate it. Frankly, I have no idea what's going on here, but enough about that. So, twin flame connection, pile number 3. We have this little guy here. I'm going to bring it closer. Labradorite. I can never really say it correctly. Labradorite. Can you see that? It's gorgeous, I think. So this stone is one of transformation. This is all about change, transformation. It's helpful if you're undergoing a lot of changes anyways. It's not going to hurt you to start carrying it if you can get a little chunk of this. Obviously, I don't sell it. This is just my 2 cents for what it's worth, okay? So it gives you strength and perseverance. It's going to help ground your spiritual energy. So if you're very airy like I am, a lot of mental energy, this is going to really help stabilize this, okay? It also raises consciousness. And what I want to say about this is both of you guys, because you're twin flames, you're working on this, but in very vastly different ways, okay? But it still pertains to the same issue, is grounding your spiritual energies and raising your consciousness. Differences, I feel like you are more elevated, more ascended, if there is such a thing, simply because you're here. And you have an interest in the spiritual and the metaphysical. You want to gain a higher understanding of things. Perhaps you have been meditating, praying, thinking about things, wondering why things happen and questioning the threads of life and how things go, right? And you just want answers. So I feel like when we get there, we just start on a quest, on a journey. And I feel like you've been on that. I could be wrong, but a lot of you have been on that transformative journey in your life at this point, and that's a good thing. Ooh, wow. I haven't seen all these cards, so this is the first time I'm seeing this one. I'm in a ruthless phase. So this person right now is just telling you, I'm just selfish. I'm ruthless. I'm going to do what's good for me and none other. Even if I see you laying down bleeding, even I feel like they've seen you in pain and agony, missing this connection. They know what it is that you want, and they mirror the same thing, but they're just feeling ruthless. There's a lot of anger there. They could have had, you could have had problems with this person with like physical problems, and I hope not. But what I'm getting is like domestic abuse. Pardon me, I need to get a drink. It could be that once or twice, we don't think of like, those of us that have grown up with domestic abuse don't think of it as if you get hit once or abused once, that's abuse, but it is. Being screamed at, yelled at, being pulled around, dragged around by the hair, being punched, being slapped, being choked, being held down, any of those things. If you are in that connection, yeah. There's a lot of growth to be able to even get my approval. Not that you need it, but moving on. If you're not in that, it's just that they're willing to cut out anything. They don't care if they love it, okay? If it doesn't serve what it is that they want, and I feel like what they want is their image intact. If it doesn't serve their purpose, their 3D purpose, their worldly purpose right now, then they're not going to go after it. And that's why you have seen this lack of communication going on. Actually, I did this backwards. I'll leave that there for you to look at. The next card we have, holding on to an old flame. So this can mean that they are holding on to you. This can mean while in a relationship, situationship, complicationship, they were already involved with somebody else, okay? And this could also be for some of you, not all, that there was brujeria or black magic being done so that this person does not come close to you. Ooh. You know what? We're going to do something a little bit different here just because. If the storyline feels like it's you, that's great. If it does not, give it a pause. I'm going to move on from this in 1 second. I just want to get a better idea, a better sense of what's going on here. If this is somebody that has done black magic in your connection, this is different. I've never actually done this before. And this was another project that I'm going to launch soon, but we're just going to test it out here. So who is standing in the way and who is doing this to this connection? Interesting. So I feel like this connection could be sabotaged by family. You guys, if this strikes home, I would really appreciate a comment, some sort of input. This is my craft and this is what I love to do. But I feel like this was sabotaged by a connection. I feel like it was more their family than yours. It could have been your family as well. And black magic can come in many forms. It can come with your traditional TV black magic, the stuff that you see on HBO, whatever. But it can also come in the form of like words negatively spoken. It can come in the words of like, you know what, she's not good enough. He's not good enough for you. I don't want you in this connection. You need to marry within your own race. Any of those toxic controlling issues is black magic against your relationship. So I feel like there is a group of people, a group of friends, or a combination thereof on your other person's side of this twin flame connection that has interfered. Whether they've done black magic in a deliberate, sinister way remains to be seen. But regardless, again, these words, I'm getting like a lightheadedness on my right side. It's like a lot of words being spoken. They've poisoned this person's mind against you. I feel like they did know about you, but there was not a lot of they didn't really like you or care for you or blamed you for their behavior in some way. Almost like they're not good enough. You're not good enough or something like that, which is absolutely rubbish, okay? Moving on. The Chariot. So this is why they left. This is why they disappeared. This is why they decided, I'm out. Take a look at this hearse. Dropping this casket. They want to leave everything behind. They're on the run. Okay, they are weaponized. They could be weaponizing your relationship, but they want to travel far away. They're in running mode. Okay, they consume and leave behind. Kind of like, even though they're human, they're acting like zombies in a lot of ways. They just consume and leave, consume and leave. And that is mental, emotional, spiritual energy. That is love, blood, sweat, and tears energy. They just want to be on the move. They're not ready to settle down. And that's what I'm getting with this connection. Okay, sorry. Heavy energies. Yeah, okay. And I'm feeling really lightheaded. I don't know what this is. I feel lightheaded. A lot of energy on my right side is telling me that this connection involves so many people, so many fighting, tug of warring. It's ridiculous. It's almost like we don't even know why we're fighting anymore. Not just you and this person fighting, although I think that did happen, but fights outside that you were not privy to, that you didn't see with your eyes, but perhaps you understood with your heart and your soul and your perception, okay? This situation involves marriage. It could have been that you were involved. Maybe you were living together. Perhaps you were in a traditional wedding with this person. Perhaps this person has another family, which is the one that I pulled out before, that they are connected to, that was speaking black magic against you. So let me just get some clarity here. For people in this twin flame connection, why is the wedding here for this pile number 3, please? And sorry, I'm just trying out different ways of reading, and I'm still trying to figure it out. That's why you get the camera shakes and everything else. The world is an ending. So they had to put an end to something. There is an ending to something. But also with endings come new beginnings. Things were really... There's a lot left to be said. Things were unsaid. I feel like there's a full moon back there somewhere. I feel like you've come across, like come on to the other side. Like, it's almost like I came out bare skinned. I came out with nothing. I had to reinvent myself, start from scratch. It just broke me. Okay, this connection in some ways. Ton of emotion there, a ton of love. There is still a lot of desire, a lot of wishes for the future to manifest this person back and vice versa. You have 2 wands right there in the hand. Again, I feel like you've made a choice to really work on yourself, to really crown yourself, give yourself credit, kudos, taking care of you. And this is really beautiful energy. This ribbon right here is victory itself, as well as this like laurel thing. And so I feel like you've accomplished so much, and yet your soul yearns for them. You Hawkeye them. You really want them in your life. They Hawkeye you. There's mutual spying going on. You can be, somewhat bullheaded. It's like, I really want this lion, even though I know the lion can eat me. You know that energy can consume you if they haven't grown. Now, this energy can be really beautiful between both of you if they just come to you honest, just as naked as you are. But there's so many clouds back here, things that you don't know. There's a lot of mystery and subterfuge. I don't like it. Look at this. You can't make it up, okay? I pre-shuffled all these things. I didn't look at anything beforehand and see healing family issues. These are ghosts from the past. This person has a family with someone else. They are involved in a relationship, situationship. They have not been honest with other people, much less you. And indeed, I feel like they're not even honest with themselves at this point. They don't know what they want. I feel like keeping up with the Joneses, keeping up appearances. They have something to prove, okay? And they get their self-esteem by how people look at them, but this is almost like your angel constantly hovering over them, saying, you you have a twin flame. What do you think you're doing? This is like your guardian angel saying, it's like his conscience, sorry. This person's conscience is bothering them, even though they're into 3D, living a different life. The ghost of you is always there. The ghost of you, they feel your presence energetically. You could be someone that accidentally astral projects, and you guys commune that way. There could be a lot of telepathic messages back and forth. But healing family issues, this person needs to heal themselves, which is why they feel like they need the approval of every Tom, Dick, and Harry, which is ridiculous. That's why the first card, that was insatiable, that they're hungry all the time, that they just eat and discard just like a zombie. They're not living from a higher perspective as you are right now. And what they need is healing. They need to grow. And they need transformation, just like you do. But their transformation is going to be from the ground up, because they haven't even started that journey, I feel. They're really behind, even though Spirit continues saying, Hey, twin flame, where are you? Hey, twin flame, take a look at your inner workings. What are you doing? What have you done? Look at the royal blue he's wearing. He looks pretty. He smells pretty. Or she looks pretty. She smells pretty. There's affection here, but their mind is on something else, on someone else. They can't run away from themselves, and they're just not being true. I feel like there's a lot of deceptive energy. They need to heal those family issues, and this can go from way back when, including their childhood issues. They could have mother wounds, I'm hearing, that they need to heal. Okay, I feel like even a father wound, father that wasn't present mentally, emotionally, spiritually, or even physically. If they disappeared entirely altogether, could have modeled what this person thinks a father should be. They want to be the opposite. Yeah, they are present for their family or whoever they deem their family of choice right now. But the problem with that is mentally, they're not there. They have checked out and they fail to realize they're just as absent as their father was before. Okay. Woo. Starving, my soul hungers for you. What did I tell you? Okay. This is not going to go away for them or for you. The only thing that you can do, just like the rest of us, is working on ourselves. There is a desire to be with you. They hunger for you. They are at a lower vibrational level. You're not there anymore in that. I feel like if they approach you with this, you're not having it. They might approach you at this point in time to consume, okay? Consume your energy, your attention, time, money, effort, whatever. Consume drinks, but it's not going to be for the real thing. Look, Two of Wands. There is a choice to be made. You have to make this choice. One is the old, one is the new. You've been there, done that before. You're waiting for your ships to come in. There is a choice. You're at crossroads. Okay, look at all these ships. You have a lot to choose from. You have two viable options in your mind and of concern right now, which is really beautiful. So that tells me that you really do have choices. One choice is going to be similar or continue what you're doing. Essentially, I still feel like a lot of us are still waiting for this person, for our twin flame to return. Even if we're not physically waiting, we're moving on, we're going about the robotics in our 3D life, we're still kind of waiting. This is an element of waiting, making a choice, waiting to make a choice. I don't know. Then this, I feel like you have someone else coming into your life who is different than your person. I feel like you're going to have a similar connection. I didn't expect this. But yeah, I'm getting a confirmation on my upper right hand side of my head, and that is all energy. This is confirmation for you. This is a King of Wands. This is someone who knows what he's about, who's got his act together. He could have his own business. He, she, doesn't make a difference. They are rooted. They are grounded. They always think about security first because they've already been through it. But they have that inner tiger, that inner lion. They could be a Leo, Aries, a fire sign, Sagittarius. They are well looked upon by society, by their community. They too come from a land that is destitute from the back. Their history could be like, man, I had nothing. I'm a self-made person. With this mere wand, with these mere ideas, with these desires, pushed and forged ahead and made my life. And now, yeah, I'm stable. Yeah, I'm doing well for myself. I may not be rich, but I'm very content in doing well for myself. And people want me. This person is going to know that they have their eye on you. If this isn't happening already, they're definitely looking at you. They're observing. They're trying to check out to see if anyone else is in the mix. They're not about to take a risk with anyone, but there's a high sexual connection. I feel like you can have a really high sexual charge with this person. They might really like the good life. If they take you out, you're going to go to fancy restaurants. They're going to wine and dine you in a way that's really beautiful and rich, and that's never really been done before. But they understand what it's like to have an emotionally destitute life. Okay, I feel like this person's been through many hardships, but they focused on their career. They focused on making a living for themselves, on what they desire. I do feel like they give back to the community. I think, look at the sun even on here. Very fiery. You might even like feel this like electricity coming off of them. Okay, but very grounded and very at the same time very lusty. Okay, so they do have a lot of admirers. Comes with fair warning, but this person is just eyeballing you. Now I do feel like he's holding his hand over his mouth, like I'm not going to say anything. I'm just watching you. I'm watching you to see if you notice me. I'm watching if there's anyone else in your energy. What kind of person you are, if you're the kind of person that's elevated, if you're suited for me, or if you would just want me for what I have, any of those things. But they're a little bit predatory is a word that I'm getting. Okay, with these two lines present, they act a lot on instinct. A lot of times our instincts are on the money. That's what I want to say about that. So thank you so much. That concludes your reading for the Twin Flame edition. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell notification so that you can know when I upload more content. Please also do drop me a line and say if you like the content at all. I don't know if this is something people are interested in. These are the things that I really want to know. So if you'd like more of that, please do let me know. Thank you so much for your time, and namaste.